What is up, noobs and noobettes? It's your boy Tingles and welcome back to another tip video. So today's video is just going to be a small technique I'm going to be teaching you guys, and I personally believe it's a really effective technique, especially in World War II. It's honestly been around in most Call of Duties, but it's become a lot less prevalent in these past few years because we've had the movement mechanics, and also the sprint out time for weapons was a lot quicker than it was in this game. I'll cover all this stuff in the video, so if you're not too sure what I'm talking about, just bear with me, man. So the technique I'm going to be teaching you guys is the Sprint Stutter. Basically, what this involves is you starting your sprint and then stopping it and then starting it again. What's the benefit to this technique? Well, first of all, it allows you to move faster than the walking speed, which makes it a really useful technique if you're trying to go through hallways like this and you don't really want to be caught sprinting. And second of all, as I mentioned earlier, the sprint out time in this game is fucking ridiculous, man. It's super slow. And basically the sprint out time is the time it takes for you to stop your sprint and then start shooting that first bullet. I'm holding the shoot button when my player stops sprinting, and that's how long it takes him to actually start shooting. This is a really big deal in World War II, especially since people are playing a lot more passively and you're not really going to be finding people sprinting around as much. And what the Sprint Stutter allows you to do, it allows you to use this pause in between sprints to take advantage of that quick draw grip and try to get your bullets on target as quickly as possible. It's basically allowing you to be more ready for gunfights while still moving around the map quicker than you would be if you were to just be walking and pre-aiming all this bitch. So if you are traveling through hallways or just different sections of the map and you have a hunch that someone might be around and you want to be ready for that gunfight, but you don't really want to be just walking around the map, then make sure you implement this technique. It might be a bit difficult to get used to at first just because you got to get the timing right. I'm pretty much just clicking the sprint button and then moving my joystick back a little, and you can actually do it better than I'm doing right now. Like, you can get to the point where you're almost traveling at sprint speed, and that is a really great technique. Also, you don't have to spam it the way I'm doing it either. You can do like bursts. It's just the whole concept of stopping your sprint and starting it again, just so you can be more ready for these gunfights, guys. And also, what I want to tell you guys as well is that with your quick draw grip, it doesn't matter if you have quick draw or not. If you're coming out of a sprint, each type of weapon has a certain time that it takes before it can start shooting. So whether or not you're using quick draw, this time is going to be the same. So that's why the Sprint Stutter is so effective, because you can use that pause in between your sprints to take advantage of that quick draw grip. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you watch any competitive players, you'll definitely notice them using this technique because it just allows you to be more prepared for that next gunfight while still moving at a faster pace. And in my opinion, that's super useful in a game like this, especially since we don't have unlimited sprint, and again, people are playing a lot more passively. So if you do need to practice this technique but don't really want to be using online, feel free to play against some bots in private match just to get the technique down. Also, if you're really struggling to get this down, then keep in mind that it might not be your fault, guys. If you're using a semi-old controller or even a super old controller, whatever it is, your sprint button might be starting to mess up a little, so this can definitely cut off your Sprint Stutter. And yeah, just keep this in mind, guys. If you're really struggling to learn this, this could be a reason why. So make sure you're implementing this, guys. Just use it to traverse the map quicker while still being prepared for that next gunfight. And as I mentioned, I'm not always performing at the best, so take this video with a grain of salt if you're using it in terms of examples, but for the most part, I am executing the technique correctly, and this is pretty much what you want to be aiming for. Obviously, you don't want to be doing it around the whole map the same way I am now. You're going to have teammates around when you are playing, so just use it when you need to, when you don't really have teammates around and you're trying to be super careful and get into those gunfights with an advantage, I guess. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. If you did find it useful or you learned something new, make sure you hit that like button. Always appreciate that support from you guys. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. You already know your boy's going to be uploading a fuckload of tip videos, so if you're trying to get better at some Call of Dudes, you know exactly what you need to do, man. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for now. Don't forget to let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. If you have any ideas for other videos, also let me know as well. That's pretty much it for now, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time. Peace out, noobs.